think of Hard Knocks?
Oh no, it was interesting. I didn't know they would do that like whole kind of summary in the beginning, but I think they had some nice key pieces, especially the one with Ryan and Glow. That was really nice.
So Buffalo run defense, thoughts? What does it show on the film?
Those guys are really solid. I mean, obviously we played them last year. Linebackers really play downhill, so it's really going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge in order to really get our hands on these guys, in order to get some displacement. They play physical. I mean, you guys even see the numbers too. They're playing well at this point. So similar to going into the Jets week, I mean, we're going to have to, accept the challenge. Similar to going into the Jacksonville week, we have to accept the challenge of just playing, a defense that's playing pretty well.
Do they have some parallels with your defense in terms of how they come after the football?
They do. I mean, yeah, that's part of the numbers that I'm speaking of. Those guys are doing a great job at providing turnovers. We've been doing a good job at protecting the football, but we have to be great this week. Doesn't matter what we've done in the past. We're going to have to be great this week at protecting that. And our defense, they're going to do what they do, and be great at getting takeaways.
You talked on Hard Knocks about wanting to be a champion, and this being kind of your almost last-ditch effort to get it. But that game against Buffalo last year, how long did that stick with you, knowing that was kind of the end of that shot at the championship in your rookie year?
Yeah, that was kind of that off-season fuel, and that's what you use it for. And then once you roll into camp, you start re-gearing your mind, preparing for your first preseason game, and then the next one, and then you go into the regular season. But using that as fuel to be able to train, to mentally, physically in the off-season in order to be better in this season.
By fuel, do you mean did that help you just kind of lock in, or in moments where you kind of had some downtime, I got to go do this, still thinking about that?
Yeah, and times during, hard workouts when, you're kind of coming towards the end and you're like, I have to finish strong. Even though there are a lot of times when you're finishing a workout and you may not burst through the line just because you've burst through the line the past 10 times, but just thinking about, that feeling, being able to, whatever it takes to be able to burst through this line on this last rep, because that's what it's going to take in order to win that game that we didn't win last year.
What did you know about Quenton Nelson when you were drafted here? And then what's one thing you've learned about him that you didn't know as you become teammates?
So when I was drafted here, I knew he was a beast, but now actually being with him, how smart he is. And that's not something that the O-line gets a lot of credit for, is how smart they are. A lot of people just think, there's some big guys who move people out the way, but no, they do it in a technically sound way, and they're smart, and they know how to do it well.
Is there one play that speaks to that for
pretty much every single play Quenton has.
A couple weeks ago after the Jets game, you mentioned Isaac Okoro in your post-game press conference. We talked to him yesterday, and we asked him if the two of you raced, who would win, and he said it'd be a dead heat, it would be a tie. Do you have anything to add to that?
Isaac is just being nice, but Isaac will win.
What goes through your mind when you hear your general manager say on TV that you're one of the top 5 offensive weapons in the NFL right now?
Makes you want to go out there and practice and be able to be sharp this Sunday so you can continue to prove it and back him up.